Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Frosty and we are going to be departing off on a very spooky update with Clangen and an even spookier challenge that I came up with. We'll be getting into those details here shortly, but I did just want to go ahead and jump in with a new clan with you all. This clan is going to be on expanded mode, and we're going to call it BiteClan. Now, I'm going to leave the rest kind of up to chance here and just pick out my clan as I normally would. And then we'll jump right into the clan, their setting in the challenge once we're loaded in. So I will see you all shortly. With the encroach of two legs upon the wilderness, there has been an increase in contaminants and waste that the two legs carelessly throw out into the world. With that, the natural land has started to disappear as plants and grasses die off as a result of these contaminants. Even so, animals have still managed to survive. And amongst them, there is a new clan of warriors trying to set out on a miserable existence. However, the contaminants that line the lands are not fully without repercussion, as there's a strange sickness spreading amongst the cats. Particularly, the only correlation that cats have been finding is if one of these sick cats bites another cat. And then the disease spreads, seeming to take over their entire minds and bodies and will until their once friends and family are no more than mindless monsters. That's right, everybody, we are doing a zombie challenge. So we are going to be doing the Wastelands map, which is a new one here, and very fitting for the setting of this particular challenge. So, I went ahead and I picked out our cats. Let's go ahead and meet them real quick. First and foremost, we have our leader. His name is Bright Star, which is fitting because we are going to need a very bright leader indeed to guide us through this. He does have a new pelt pattern, being the mask pelt pattern with the Halloween update. He is fierce, an unusually strong fighter, and a good teacher, both of which are very necessary traits for the challenge that we are going to be embarking on. We'll check out his leader ceremony here real quick. So, as Bright Stripe dreams that night, they find themselves walking the stars of Silverpelt, a ghostly landscape surrounding them, and a single starry cat sat within a clearing. The starry cat approaches them, and although the cat is unfamiliar, their meeting still feels like a reunion with an old friend. My name is Dashthorn. You meet me tonight, but the cats under your care will all meet me one day when they join the stars. For now, the cat presses their nose to Bright Stripe's forehead. Take this gift to help you find wisdom in desperate times. Suddenly, the mist at the edge of the clearing takes shape. Dozens of wispy, starry spirits emerge, quickly surrounding Bright Stripe. We grant you your remaining 8 lives. Individually, each voice is distant, but together the force of their words shakes Bright Stripe to their core. Use them well with our blessing, and in a heartbeat they were gone. Bright Star wakes, their new name echoing in their ears. So Bright Star is going to be our leader here. I chose him for his fierce trait and usually strong fighter predominantly, but good teacher is definitely not a bad thing either. To back him, he has his deputy, Rhyme Flight. She is a young adult female cat with pale blue eyes and speckled pelt. She is cold, but a great teacher and an incredible runner. Again, a trait that may well serve us with this clan. For our medicine cat, I picked Loud Spots, an adult male with cobalt eyes, and a 2-color pelt with some interesting markings around his eyes. He is playful with an unnatural senses. Not a bad trait for a medicine cat. For one of our warriors here, we have Senior Adult Pine Dusk, who is troublesome, also with unnatural senses. Sleepy Spots, who is a senior adult as well, female cat. compassionate, and a great climber. Then we had Thrift Splash. This was the other cat I was considering for medicine cat very heavily, but decided not to in the end. She is a young adult female. She is charismatic with steady paws and a great storyteller. Then we have Hazy Beak, who is a young adult female. She is grumpy, but a great mediator and a great storyteller. And then we have Scorchpaw, who is an adolescent female apprentice, adventurous and quick to make peace, 10 moons old. And finally we have Tumblepaw, an adolescent male with hazel eyes and a Bengal pelt. He is childish, but quick-witted. So, as you may notice, we do not have any elders or kids with us. That is part of the setup for this challenge. So, I will go ahead and put a time skip here on screen if you just want to go ahead and see what happens with the cats. But I'm going to spend the next little bit of time explaining setup and the challenge itself. I recommend here for your setup, you can have any cats, traits, and distributions you want. I recommend about 50-50 on male and female cats if you're playing with any restrictions on having kits especially. And no elders or kits for a bit more interesting or a bit more even of a start. So for our settings here, you can choose to have the every 5 moons toggle. That's totally up to you, same with XP. The ones that matter are that we are allowing mass extinction events, which can result in up to a third of our clan dying in 1 moon. The rest of this is pretty much optional. For relationship settings, we are allowing cats breed with cats that aren't their mates. We are not allowing same-sex breeding just to have some restrictions on there, but we are increasing the adoption rates just to kind of have a compromise. We are not allowing cats to have kittens with an unknown second parent. So again, this is going to be really reducing number of kits that we can have. And between the rest of these, it's optional. You can have whatever toggles you want here. I'm also going to be playing with having leaders automatically choose a new deputy. We're just going to try and survive with a new leader. Cats will never retire due to a permanent condition. That just makes things easier. And we are allowing warriors and elders to choose to become mediators if they want to. So, to go over the basis of the challenge here, effectively, our cats are in a zombie apocalypse. We are at the point where we don't fully understand what the threat is, but we know enough to have a good baseline for the threat, i.e. if a cat has a bite, they are probably infected. So, the baseline for this is that all cats are going on solo patrol, be it hunting or borderline, and all cats must proceed on every single patrol. You can add in some extra challenge here, in the sense that cats must either hunt or border patrol every moon, and if the majority of one of those interactions fails in any way, i.e. failing to get enough food or failing to fight off rival clans, which in this we're kind of using as a supplement for zombie, then there are a few possible outcomes. So if you fail to feed the clan, one clanmate may not patrol, and if there's multiple failures, a clanmate can actually starve to death. Failing to protect the clan, roll a d4, effectively. 1 to 4 cats will randomly become infected with the zombie virus. We'll go into more on what that means in just a second. So, every cat's going solo border patrol or hunting patrol. Apprentices can go with their mentors, which is the only exception. But if the mentor is unavailable, the apprentice is going alone. Elders are not allowed in the clan. They're just too much of a drain on resources right now. There can be up to 2 mediators, however. Whether you end up exiling elders, killing elders, or simply preventing cats from even becoming elders, I'll leave up to you, your challenge, and your leaders. Kids left unattended have a chance of wandering, especially if they have bold or daring traits. A cat may stay behind to babysit them and keep them out of trouble. If you do this, then the kits are safe on the next time skip, which is like the moon time skip. Otherwise, if they have a prompt about attempting to sneak out of camp, the kits are either attacked and infected or killed. So, not good things there. Their mother or caretaker automatically fills this role the first 2 months of the kid's life while they're quote-unquote recovering from birth. However, this comes in as an automatic failure for the above roles. So if you're rolling to see if you get any extra challenges with like the hunting and border patrols, then that cat automatically can't fill in for that position. If you want to add extra challenge to this, then only cats with a caretaking or kid sitter role may remain behind. So if you don't have that role anywhere in your clan, then you don't even have this as an option. For a note, you can and really probably should bring in outsiders to the clan. You can take as many of those risks as you like, but if you want to add an extra challenge for this, then these outsiders have a 10% chance to be hiding a bite. If the cat is notably injured by a bite wound, then they are outright infected and the clan knows it. Okay, now for the infection. So any cat that incurs a bite wound through any means becomes infected unless immune. So if any cat has a random interaction with a cat outside of the clan or an ex-clanmate, they will be considered attacked by zombies. If it's an ex-clanmate that was infected before and was then sent out of the clan, they will outright kill their former clanmate. And as a note, these are only time skips, not border patrols, not like little statuses, anything like that, just time skips. If a cat gets a bite wound through just natural interactions, let's just say a cat was attacked by another cat on a border patrol, and your cat comes back with a bite wound, that cat is automatically infected now. They will go to the medicine cat den as they normally do, and then you have a few different choices in front of you. So a cat that is infected can be immediately exiled from the clan at no risk to any cat, or they can be killed at risk of those killing the cat also becoming infected. So you have to designate a few different cats to actually be doing the dirty work, and then that cat can be killed, but if they fail, then the cat that is doing the killing becomes infected, and now you're faced with the same dilemma. Alternatively, you can do nothing at all. So, what that would look like here is if the cat ends up healing without a scar, then they are considered to have developed immunity and will be immune to the zombie conditions in the future. However, if they are scarred by the incident, they are considered infected and attack their clanmates. They will attack cats on either side of them in the full cat list. They have a chance to infect or kill the cat on either side of them, and you can roll if you want extra challenge to see how many cats. So let's just say that little Scorchpaw here becomes infected. So Scorchpaw gets bit on patrol and recovers with a scar. We decide to keep them in the clan. So Scorchpaw, now fully a zombie, will attack Hazybeak and Tumblepaw. They will either infect or kill the cats on either side. So that's the baseline challenge there. After that, Scorchpaw can then be killed or exiled, but now these two are infected and attacked. If you want extra challenge, you can roll a d4 to see how many cats on either side would get infected or attacked if that cat fails. If you want even more surprise, you can not even do that until you already know the outcome. So like, say we decide to harbor Scorchpaw. Scorchpaw does end up getting infected, and then we roll a d4, and Scorchpaw affects cats up to 4 slots on either side. So then that would be Pine Dusk, Sleepy Spots, Thirst Splash, Hazybeak, Tumblepaw, and if you wanted to go back around, then you could go all the way back up and around that way. Now you can see why this is going to be a bit more of a challenge. So obviously, because I'm not playing a modded version, there's going to be some things we're going to have to keep track of on our own. Because cats that are attacked and infected by others aren't going to show up with an obvious bite wound in the game. That's just not how it goes. So instead, we're going to say the zombie virus takes 2 to 3 immunes to incubate, which is about the same as a heal from a bite. In effect, you are time skipping twice, and then the outcome will be determined for those who stay in the clan. If you do not have a cat that was actually bitten, aka it's not actually going to be able to get a scar, then the outcome is determined in a few different ways. So, effectively, to determine if the cats are quote-unquote scarred or not, you base your cat's chances on your medicine cats. If you have enough healthy medicine cats on the moon that they are recovered, then that is one condition met. If you do not have enough healthy medicine cats for any reason, then they are failing. If you have enough healthy medicine cats to avoid the prompt popping up on your time skips, and rosemary, then the cat will recover. If you want to add further modifications to this, you definitely can, like your cat needs to have X amount of experience to count, there need to be at least 2 medicine cats, whatever. If you want to add more herbs, then you can. When I was playtesting this, I did tansy, ragwort, rosemary, catmint, but then I had very few cats actually getting infected. So we're just saying rosemary for the challenge. So if both of those conditions are met, then the cat will recover. So if a cat manages to recover from their bite, then they are considered immune and cannot get reinfected. They built up the antibodies they need to fight off the disease, basically. If you want to make things even more interesting, cats with these hidden bites have a chance to hide their injury, so the clan does not even know that they are infected and do not have the choice in casting them out. All cats at base have a 50% chance to get away with it, but cats with a sneaky trait will always get away with hiding their injury. If the leader becomes infected, then they can get pushed out by the clan, exiled, or take their chances. However, if a leader succumbs to the wounds, they will randomly infect 20% of the clan and then die. Dying resets their condition and they will be fine again, just down 1 life, but with 20% more of the clan infected. So, effectively, whatever happens to infected cats is at your/your leader's discretion. So they can immediately be exiled, no risk to any cat, except if they come back in time skips, then you just outright lose clanmates. They can be killed at risk of killing or infecting cats that are killing them. Or you can do nothing, take your chances, hope your medicine cats can pull your cat through, but at risk of infecting a lot more of your clan that way. So, if a cat does recover and becomes immune, they just won't be affected any further by any bright prompts, any time skips, anything. So, once they're immune, they're good. So, for becoming immune, beyond taking the risk of incubating an infected cat, any cat that is abducted by 2-legs and manages to return will be inoculated through 2-leg shots. So 2-legs have also developed a cure for the disease. However, these responsible 2-legs will also prevent these cats from having kids. So any cat that does get abducted by anything and returns to the clan will be immune, but they will also be infertile. So, again, this only counts if the cat is taken away from the clan fully, not the cat just happened to get a 2-leg accessory like a collar or a bow. Intact cats do have a chance to pass their immunity onto their offspring. It's just a 50-50 shot, so if mom is immune and dad is not, each cat has a 50-50 chance. If both mom and dad are immune, then the kids will all be immune. So, win conditions will look like if all of your cats are immune to the disease by the end of it. So there's also going to be a strategic point in time where you may want to stop taking in outsiders who aren't immune and would only pose a risk to your cats. If a cat were to be attacked by a clanmate that is infected and they are immune, rather than becoming infected, they would just outright be killed. So that's kind of the give and take there. So, it's a very long explanation, I apologize for that. It's a pretty involved challenge. So, we're going to go ahead and jump into things here. Given how difficult I've made it, because I'll also be doing this with full extra challenge, there's every possibility that our clan does not make it very long. So, I don't know if we'll fully have time to run the challenge its full course to the point where all cats are immune. We'll be going about 24 moons, or about 2 years, however, and we'll kind of see how well we can do with that. So, we are starting off here with New Leaf. New Leaf means new life. and that is when all things are waking up, even the dead. I'm just gonna take another quick look at our cats here, maybe rename a few. I think switching these two's names around may be good for prefixes anyway. Another important note here with the new update. So obviously a lot of the settings are going to be in here now where they weren't previously. This makes the clan specific so you can actually have your cat challenges be to the right settings, which is really nice without having to flip back and forth. But with that also, there's these now cat toggles under personal. So you can now specifically prevent one cat from fading. You can prevent that cat from having or adopting kits. You can prevent that cat from retiring. And you can limit romantic interactions and mate changes. So here, the only two we're really going to be doing is preventing kits and retirement as appropriate. So let's go ahead and jump into our patrols. Obviously, the medicine cat can't go on hunting or border patrols, so they're just going to be going herb gathering by themselves, and hopefully we get good things. Looks like we got some poppy. I will be going through the medicine cat then a bit more than I usually do in my runs, because I want to keep track of our logs, what herbs we're getting and what we're using them for. That's going to be especially important for rosemary, because that's going to affect if we think it's important to try and cure a cat instead of just exiling them or otherwise. Another thing you can do instead of having like a certain percentage of your cats go on border or hunting patrol is you can kind of just like devote a certain number of patrols to count as a success for either, so it could be like 3 and 3 for example. And one way you could do this is by picking one. I'm just trying to think of ways to simplify this for people who don't want to keep track of all these but want to try it. So like to pick one, either border or hunting, and then going through that until you reach a success. If you never reach a success, then you fail both. If you reach a success but then don't manage to succeed on the other, then that's a failure. So with these two, they're troublesome and observing. So I think of our 2 mentor apprentices, I'm going to send these 2 on border. And we are starting off strong by finding a Banin kit. And we do bring them back to the clan where they are promised a place. And Herkit has joined our clan. That's a really lucky start. Herkit is a young male with 2-color pelt, insecure and confident with words. So for this, I don't know that a kit would be, intentionally harboring a disease, but they may not understand the significance of what's going on here. So I'll just randomly generate that here. So since it's only a 10% chance, it would effectively be rolling a 1. Since they did not get that, they are fine. We are okay with Herkit here. This early on in the clan, sadly, I don't think I can devote a babysitter to stay behind. I don't even think I've got the right traits. So Herkit is going to be pretty much on their own here. I will send Brightstar on border patrol next since he is fighting. Okay, we find another loner. We'll try and recruit them too. We don't have to do much convincing. They seem happy to join. Smarty Pants has joined the clan. Let's see Smarty Pants. So Smarty Pants is getting used to their new home. She is a senior adult female, blue eyes and Bengal pelt, nervous and an unusually strong fighter. Okay, so we'll go ahead and just randomly generate a number here again. Ooh, so she's not harboring a bite. I think we'll just keep her name Smarty Pants. I really like that. That's very fun. So that is 2 out of 3 border patrols done successfully. Just need 1 more. Honestly, I think we'll send Smarty Pants out as well. She's also got a fighting trait. So we notice that Bass Clan sent us straight into our territory. After poking around a bit, we discover Apprentice wandering nearby, hopelessly lost. Okay. So, just an apprentice, nothing too bad. And since we had a positive interaction here, we will consider this 3 successes for the moon. Interactions with rival clans don't necessarily mean infections here. It's pretty much just the outcome thereof. If an apprentice got bit, or if we worsen relationships, something like that, it counts as a fail. But otherwise, we should be all set. So then we just want some hunting. Sleepy spots and Ryan's paw, get some dead birds under some windmills. Scorchlight is lured into what looks like a tunnel under some recently disturbed earth. We see that the smell is mush and keep running. I mean, that's kind of a neutral one. Thirstslash finds a swift fox on the calf carcass. We have to proceed here, and unfortunately, when Thirstslash is scavenging, they are ambushed by a bunch of zombie cats, and they never saw the blow coming. With a single hit, they are felled, and they are gone. Okay, so since I don't think we've really got all the full hunting things, we'll pick a random cat that can't go on patrol besides Hairkit. So the past moon, Thirstslash has taken their place in Clan. We mourn their loss, and moments of their life are shared. Smarty Pants was grabbed and dropped by an eagle, but they somehow survived. That's likely a broken bone, though. And we'll just do a quick scroll here since we don't have that many cats yet. Once we get to the point where it's a lot of cats and a lot of scrolling, then we'll probably revisit that. So yes, Smarty Pants did get a broken bone, unfortunately. Since I never did look through the random interactions when we first generated the clan, we can take a look now. Brightstar does have quite a few romantic feelings for a couple of cats in the clan. Scorchflight seems to most like Brightstar and Sleepy Spots. Loud Spots really likes Thimblepaw but has a little bit of dislike there. Really dislikes Hazy Beak, but otherwise is pretty neutral with the rest of the clan. Pine Dusk all around just seems to kind of like everybody neutrally. Smarty Pants is starting to develop some platonic like for some clanmates. Sleepy Spots likes Thimblepaw and Loud Spots, but dislikes Scorchflight and Brightstar, which is a bit of a dangerous combination when you dislike your leader and deputy. Hazy Beak likes Brightstar and Pine Dusk the most, and dislikes Loud Spots back quite a bit. So there's definitely going to be some rivalries going on in this clan, it looks like. Rhymepaw most likes Hazy Beak and Scorchflight. Templepaw seems to most like Brightstar, but overall has better feelings for Hazy Beak. Hairkit has developed a lot of respect for Brightstar, and likes Templepaw and Pine Dusk to a little extent. So Brightstar is the only one that seems to have any real romantic interactions with anybody so far. So they are neutral with Loud Spots and compatible with Hazy Beak. Let me double check how Hazy Beak feels about them though. They do platonically like Brightstar. So we'll try Brightstar and Hazy Beak together. See how that goes. I'm gonna pair off a couple of other cats just to try and keep the clan going a bit better. Okay, we'll also put Smarty Pants and Pine Dusk together. They're compatible as well. Yeah, I think we'll leave that there for now then. So Pine Dusk and Tumblepaw find a cat begging for their household to come back. We discover the cooling bite of a kitty pet. It seems they attempted to run after their 2 legs but was run over by another monster. Our reputation towards outsiders has worsened from this. Okay. Brightstar just remarks the border. Leave Hazy Beak behind for right now. So that means that we automatically are going to fail the hunting because we're not going to make the border regardless. And I'd rather keep up the border than not. So we find another cat and fail to save it as well, worsening our relationship again with outsiders. Luckily, Scorchflight does manage to succeed on the last possible border patrol. That means we failed hunting twice already. And Sage Morrow has joined the clan as a medicine cat. Looks like Sage Morrow is a young adult female with hazel eyes and a classic gray pelt, compassionate, a good fighter, and good hunter. Formerly a rogue. They used to wander around and eventually found the clan. So randomly generating their number. It is a 10, so there is no deceit here. Okay, and we'll go ahead and time skip then. Brightstar stands with the clan, proclaiming that Rhinepaw shall now be known as Rhyme Run, honoring their kindness. Also, just as a note, I'm probably going to try and get to 24 moons, like this whole challenge effectively in one long video. But depending on just how long that looks, I may be randomly splitting it up here into 2 parts and then kind of releasing those back to back. So just keep an eye out if there is just kind of an added in outro at some point here. Hairkit is afraid of being in the way, but luckily Hairkit has managed to stay out of trouble. Brightstar has one of the newer statuses, I think, which is saw some kitty pets playing with colorful moss balls. So you have Mullane, Horsetail, and Poppy, which means that we definitely couldn't harbor any cats with sickness right now. And if you check the log here, which is something I've really gotten into, Smarty Pants was given Poppy a treatment for broken bone, so they'll be less likely to die. So you can see like the cats that were actually treated, what they were treated with, and then you can kind of gauge if you've even got enough of those supplies. And then that will either help them to recover quicker or just to recover at all. Our cats together can care for up to 30 clan members, which is over a page of cats, which is great because if we were to suddenly go over what our medicine cats could handle, then we also have no chance of healing if anybody gets infected. Okay, there's no new or very interesting statuses there. A couple different cats are pulling a prank on Pine Dusk. This is our newest warrior though, Rhyme Run. A young adult female, sage eyes, a smoky white pelt. She is wise and a good mediator. Mentored by sleepy spots who influence them to be more likely to dwell on things and use words over teeth and claws. When they were graduated, they were honored for kindness at 12 moons old. So because we failed twice in a row, unfortunately we are going to lose a cat. I'm just gonna assign each cat a random number effectively. So this is 5, 10, 11. And we are gonna roll and see what happens. 9. No. Unfortunately, 9 is Rhyme Run, who just became a warrior. So, unfortunately, Rhyme Run starves to death, and we're effectively reset, so we've got 2 more moons before another cat could possibly die of starvation. But, oh man, that stinks. This is our guide, by the way, Dash Thorn. So now, it's probably becoming a bit more apparent just how difficult of a challenge this can be. While we accept cats at a bit of a higher rate than a lot of other times, there's definitely a lot more risks associated with literally anything that can happen. So, we'll send off on patrol. Okay, so this is one of our newer prompts. With the Halloween update. Sage Morrow finds a trail into a darkly shadowed part of the territory on a hunt for herbs. Night shadows begin to play with their vision. Is that movement up ahead? Sage Morrow spots the indistinguishable silhouette of a cat ahead. Malicious eyes and bristled fur meet with them as they walk amongst the shadows. The stranger's fur is translucent, moves as though made from a strange dark mist. We have to proceed here, so we will. Sage Morrow approaches the strange cat, thinking that they might be a wandering spirit in need of help. The dark silhouette seems to flicker in and out of view as they move toward it, gradually reappearing further and further away. Sage Morrow stops, watching the stranger in the distance with confusion. Glowing, haunted eyes watch him back from the shadows. Sage Morrow shivers and decides to hunt for herbs someplace else. Yeah, okay, so there are some prompts like this where it's kind of both at once. We spy a fat rabbit on the other side of the Hush Clan border. It may not be wise to hunt on different clans' territory. It may not be wise, but we're hungry and we're gonna do it anyway. Pine Dusk pounces with no hesitation. They easily kill the rabbit before glancing up and coming face to face with the Hush Clan cat. Pine Dusk is promptly chased back over the border, and the other cat glares, hissing and spitting until we leave the area. So unfortunately that is a double negative, just in the sense that I don't count towards either success. And relationships worsen, but we didn't get a bite, didn't get a rabbit. Bright Star does re-improve Hush Clan statuses again though. Hazy Beak gets a torn pelt from a dog. So Hazy Beak probably was really out on patrol, hoping to protect the clan from a zombie cat that got a lucky scratch in. Fortunately, claws are not as infectious as teeth are. Scorchflight has a very tense patrol, with zombies slavering just out of reach. And Sleepy Spots finds another survivor, but they declined to join the clan. We still met Muffy though. So sadly, that is a double whammy, double failure. So we really need to recoup next time. So the past moon rhyme run has taken their place in StarClan. Hazy Beak's pelt is looking much better. Sleepy Spots has gone heat exhaustion. So we're doing okay at least. I'll just take a quick look through here. Hazy Beak and Bright Star are fighting about kits. Now is sadly not the time for that though. Smarty Pants and Pine Dusk are also fighting about kits. Okay. So this is the Greenleaf art for the daytime wasteland grasslands, which is really pretty. I just like the colors that they use for things. Obviously, black sludge is never going to be a pretty sight to see. Since we failed both, we're going to be rolling a d4 effectively, and that number of cats will become infected because we failed to properly protect our borders and some zombies got in and bit our cats in the night. So let's see how many get infected. 2. Okay, could be better, could be worse. We have a total of 10 cats. So looks like number 7 gets infected. That is Sleepy Spots, who is also sick right now. So infected, and they've got 2 moons effectively before that actually resolves. And number 4, which is Sage Morrow, no. So infected. And again, we've got 2 moons. Okay, we don't have any Rosemary. Bright Star's fierce, so I don't really feel like he'd be one to take much risk. So we'll harbor the infected cats for basically another moon, and then we'll see what Bright Star ends up doing with them. He can't really risk any other cats getting hurt or infected, so he'd probably just exile them, to be totally honest with you. And we are going to check everybody else out. Smarty Pants tries to breathe deeply to no avail. Honestly, probably just panicking over the attack that just happened on the clan. Haircut is grateful for their treatment. Okay. With this many cats injured and another one staying behind, we're in a rough patch. I think we'll keep Sage Morrow behind just because we need as many cats as we can to patrol. Just to try and get some successes under our belt here. Bright Star has a useless time getting distracted by a fish after a quick dip. Scorchlight does successfully guard the border, however. Hazy Beak is following a scent trail of possible zombies, hoping to try and reinforce the camp after the latest attack. But nose to the ground following the trail, they don't even see the blow that kills them coming before they are dead. So unfortunately, Hazy Beak is now passed away. I'm gonna have to send Apprentice and Mentor out separately just to try and get some successes on the border patrol. Unfortunately, Pine Dusk suffers the same fate as our other cat here. Okay, this is gonna be rough. Templepaw accidentally wanders a bit farther over the border where it's unsafe and zombie infested, and a little bit distracted, they don't see the zombie sneaking up behind them before they get a good scratch. on their tail before they hightail it back to camp, inadvertently worsening some relationships in the process. I'm actually sending Sage Mara out on patrol because they're a little bit more experienced than Loudspots is, so I'll keep Loudspots behind and hopefully get something good here. Unfortunately, don't get anything at all. The past moon, Hazy Beak and Pine Dusk have taken their place in Star Clan. We mourn their loss, and clanmates will miss where they took up a place in our lives. Sleepy Spots managed to recover from heat exhaustion, which is good. Brightstar was caught sharing prey with a kitty pet who was chased off by a patrol. So this is one of the interactions, so effectively instead of something innocent like this, it would be more so Brightstar was eating some prey out in the woods when they were ambushed by a zombie horde, which was beaten off by a patrol. We are in quite some dire marks because now our leader is infected. They've got 2 wounds. Sage Morrow has 1, as is Sleepy Spots. We unfortunately have not gathered any rosemary, so I think we can't really take the risk with these 2. We're just gonna exile them. And down to this few cats, we just have to succeed on one or the other patrol in order to continue. But yeah, it's not looking very good for BiteClan right now. Okay, so Brightstar succeeds on their border patrol. Scorch Flight failed on hunting, but we did manage to recruit somebody else. Bear Call here, who is shirked and a great healer. They are injured with a broken jaw. Just given their traits, I think we will go ahead and make Bear Call here Medicine Cat. For what good that will do us later, I don't know. And there's not much else to do here. Time to time skip. Newly apprenticed Hairpaw can't help but squeak when their mentor's name is announced, and they run with their tail tucked between their legs in embarrassment to touch noses with Scorchflight. Rumors reach our clan that Sleepy Spots has died recently, unfortunately. This does not count for the actual time skip events. It would only be if Sleepy Spots was seen touching noses with an old friend or something. Brightstar overdid their last sparring session, spraying the paw, and Scorchlight has gotten heat exhaustion. We're gonna have to see if we can even do anything at all today. So Brightstar is checking on the future of the clan, aka the kits right now, which is probably, you know, just him taking a moment to reflect and wonder if he can even take the risk of staying in the clan himself right now. So here's Hairpaw all grown up. Thinks Brightstar could be leading the clan better. I dare say I'd have to agree with that. Hairpaw is insecure but confident with words, so. Hairpaw is also the only able-bodied anybody in the clan right now besides Loudspots, so we'll send those 2 out and see what happens, I guess. So Hairpaw hears some odd noises coming from an abandoned 2-leg nest out in the plains. I hate this because this is probably just gonna be a slaughter for poor Hairpaw, but we have to proceed. Yep, Hairpaw ends up walking into a zombie nest and is immediately jumped on and slaughtered. Loudspots has gathered Poppy. We don't have any rosemary, so I don't think Brightstar is actually going to leave the clan. Brightstar is fierce. I think there's also some pride in that, and I think Brightstar would still think that he would be capable of fighting off the disease and infection. He thinks that he's still going to be the root of the clan, aka what the clan needs to properly thrive. So I don't think he's going to leave. This is such a pitiful sight here. So the past moon, Hairpaw has taken their place in Sarkland. Templepaw's tail is healed well. Scorchlight's heat exhaustion is gone. Smarty Pants has been impatient, and Loudspots has noticed they haven't been the most diligent with their length strengthening exercises. Unfortunately, it's having consequences, as their healing broken bone has given them a weaker leg. At least they are healed, I suppose. We still don't have any rosemaries, so unfortunately that is a failure. We are going to lose 1 life. Bright Star lost 1 life when they succumbed to the zombie virus. That does heal them of their other things, I suppose, but now 20% of the clan is going to get infected. So that'd be only 1 cat that actually gets infected. It can't be Bright Star, and that means it's Loud Spots. Okay, they've got 2 moons now. And Bright Star was startled to find themselves in Silver Pelt for a moment. So I think effectively what happened there was Bright Star was in the leader's den being attended to by Loud Spots, the medicine cat, when Bright Star suddenly effectively turned feral, biting Loud Spots deep in the shoulder. Loud Spots, startled, recoiled with a yowl, but Bright Star was already shaking, being overcome by StarClan's influence as he was brought back to StarClan for another attempt to retry everything. Loud Spots, still probably recoiling from everything that happened, limped back to the medicine cat den to treat his own wound, nervously looking through the small supplies to see if there's anything that could possibly stop that and worse from happening to him as well. So, we are in for quite a rough patch here. Here's Tumblepaw, a bit more grown up, pulling a prank on Scorchlight, still childish and quick-witted. What makes it even worse that Bright Star bit Loud Spots is that Bright Star actually has quite a bit of love for Loud Spots, both romantically and platonically. Loud Spots doesn't necessarily share that same affection for Bright Star. I'm sure getting bit doesn't really help, but it must be really jarring to see a cat that really admires you suddenly turning on you like that. I just paired up a Bright Star with Scorchlight because they're compatible and we need to have some other pairings happening here. With the leader thing happening, I'm not gonna roll twice for more infected cats. Bright Star also is not exempt or immune anymore. Because he failed both rolls. It just was a consequence for staying in the clan. Loud Spots got some catmint, which is going to be good for the incoming. Smarty Pants is attacked and ambushed by a large group while on patrol. They never see the blow that kills them coming, thankfully. We are just failing on everything right now. Rumors reach our clan that the kitty pet Muffy has died recently. Okay, this is all the clan we have left. Surviving 24 moons probably didn't sound too hard at the beginning, but now I'm really wondering if we can even make out the end of the year. Still no Rosemary. So right now we got Bear Call, who's forbidding anyone from disturbing them when working, and Tumblepaw, who's playing a prank on Bear Call, which is probably really frustrating seeing the stress that everybody is under, and then you've got this grown apprentice that's still messing around with you. Okay, well, there's no use kind of tiptoeing around it, so we'll just keep going out on patrols and seeing if we can pull through. Tumblepaw is going to be forbidden from patrolling this moon. Okay, luckily both those were successful, at least, so we're good there. Unfortunately, I don't think we haven't gotten any Rosemary. So, unfortunately, Loud Spots is going to get exiled to save Bear Call and Tumblepaw from risk of infection. And we are time skipping. Bright Star rests their muzzle on Tumbledapple's head, declaring them to be a full warrior BiteClan, honoring their energy. Probably more so out of necessity than Tumbledapple actually earning it, I'll be totally honest with you there. Scorchlight has announced that they are expecting kits, but they won't be moving into the nursery just yet. And we have heard that Sage Morrow has died recently. We don't have enough healthy medicine cats. Tumbledapple has gotten White Cough. Bear Call actually is healed from their broken jaw, but will be marked by a scar. And they trip over an unseen rabbit hole, spraining their paw. Cool. Just when we were hoping that they would get better. Let's take a look at Bear Call here. Little scar on the far side, looks like. So Tumbled Apple is definitely still childish, makes immature jokes all day, leaving everyone else rolling their eyes, and is sick. Bright Stars worry about clan relations, with good reason. Scorchfly is just craving fish. Pregnancy cravings, probably. Okay. We are gonna send our leader and deputy out on a hunting and border patrol and hope those go well. Scorchlight finds some scavenging, and Brightstar does some maintenance on their borders with the zombies, and it goes well. Perfect. We don't need any other drama right now. So Scorchlight thinks that they'll have a small litter, and don't believe that they can perform their duties and move into the nursery at this point. We still don't have enough healthy medicine cats. And Brightstar and Scorchlight broke up. I don't think that's necessarily surprising there. It's probably very tense. They're having some disagreements before. I'm honestly not super sure who initiated the breakup. They seem to have pretty strong relations otherwise. Okay, so it's all at the Brightstar to lead the patrols now. Down to one cat, it's just going to be at the Brightstar. If he manages to succeed in whatever patrol he does, then cool, and if not, then we'll reap those consequences. And we'll just do it random. Why not? Totally up to fate. Looks like we're on a fishing one, and we do manage to get some food. So Brightstar sheepishly peeks into the nursery to see their litter of 3 kits. Scorchlight looks surprised, but not unhappy to see them there, and welcomes them in with a purr. BiteClan does not have enough healthy medicine cats still. Bear Claw's sprain is healed, and then they immediately misstepped and sprained their paw again. Bear Claw would be me in an emergency, I will be totally honest here. Okay, so we have Brightstar, who's wondering if becoming a kitty pet would really be so bad right now. Now we have Scorchlight, who's encouraging the older cats to share their skills and techniques with the younger generations. Probably especially true now that she just had kits. Bear Call is just interpreting an omen right now. Tumbled Apple is looking around camp. And then we have 3 kits. I'm gonna change that one. So we'll have Flame Kit, a newborn male with pale blue eyes and a speckled orange pelt. Daring, that'll be dangerous. Then we have Fleet Kit, newborn male with cobalt eyes and a rosette pelt. It's polite. Then we'll change this kit to, yeah, Raven looks good. Raven Kit, a newborn female, pale blue eyes and a ticked pelt. Lonesome nature. We'll see what happens. I hope that these kits manage to make it. So, once again, we'll add Brightstar in, leave it up to fate. And Brightstar is successful. So maybe he can lead up to the pressures there. Tumbled Apple's white cough is gone. I'm genuinely shocked, given the state of our current medicine cats. Brightstar is thinking about forming an alliance. Tumbled Apple wishes that they were still in their nest sleeping. I am sure. We have Flame Kit, who's boldly walking out of camp. Not great. Luckily, Scorchlight is going to automatically counteract any of those time skip possibilities, but we don't have the manpower to watch the kits, so hopefully they stay where they need to be. Flea Kit is quiet and a lover of stories and is yawning again. Raven Kit just wants to have fun, is lonesome, never sits still. I think it's really cute how all the kids ended up with blue eyes. I think both of their parents are blue-eyed, so it's probably not surprising, but I think it's really cute because there's usually one that's just not like the others, you know? In terms of coloration, that's definitely Flame Kit, but we'll send Brightstar and Tumbled Apple out and hope it goes well. Okay, so Brightstar finds a lone zombie and throws himself at it, hissing furiously, driving them off of our territory. Tumbled Apple happens to be going across a road escaping a zombie when they are hit by a monster, dying instantly. So it's back to just Brightstar holding down the fort for the clan. And the past moon, Tumbled Apple has taken their place in Star Clan. Their loss is mourned. Miracle has recovered from their strain, somehow not injuring their leg immediately again. Brightstar confess their feelings to Scorchlight and they become mates again. I'm really curious what caused them to break up. I played this a little bit, just on my own. And I feel like the odds of cats breaking up is really escalated, even when it doesn't always seem the most necessary. So the kits are just being cute. Flame Kit thinks that they can outsmart a fox. Bear Call saw a Tule Kit playing with a kitty pet, and Brightstar called an important clan meeting. Which, the clan meeting at this point is basically just those two as mates, their kits, and one other cat as their medicine cat. So now if anything happens, it's probably going to be even more devastating because they're all interconnected. Okay, no luck on herb gathering, and we'll just randomize here. So this is one of the newer things, I think. We come across a BiteClan apprentice waiting quietly at the border. They notice us. They press themselves to the ground, begging to join BiteClan. Brightstar is eager to steal a BiteClan's apprentice right out from under their nose. At first, the clan is unsure, but Brightstar vouches for Grasspaw, and they're allowed to join the clan. Okay, so Grasspaw is a very young apprentice at 6 moons old. Very interesting, like blue-black coloration. She is shameless and curious about Star Clan. Grasspaw is unhappy in their old clan and decided to come here instead. Okay, well, that's at least something there. Okay, I think we'll just go ahead and time skip. So Scorchlight has recovered, which is good. Brightstar is arguing with his kit, Flame Kit. It's probably likely that Flame Kit was doing something really reckless and Brightstar was telling them no, and that didn't go over very well. It looks like everybody is kind of arguing right now. Everyone's all crowded around the nursery and leader's den right now. I imagine having a much smaller clan is really important right now. I can see the other clans in this game also just being other bands of survivors with various different ideals. So, you know how in like a lot of post-apocalyptic movies, there's all kinds of things that can go wrong. Like, you know, like eating unsavory things especially. So that's probably what Grasspaw was trying to escape with the BiteClan there. Brightstar is proud of the way the clan is handling things lately. It does seem to be looking up, but now that we have this many able-bodied cats, there will be consequences for things again. Scorchlight is sad they couldn't spend more time with their other clanmates. Grasspaw is pulling a prank on Bear Call. Bear Call seems to just be the target for everybody. Flame Kit is demanding to be on the next border patrol, so that's almost definitely what Brightstar was arguing with him about. 3 moons is just way too young for that sort of danger. Okay, so Lungwort was gathered. As Scorchlight jumps up onto a rock to survey the plains, they spot the blood-red pelt of a truly massive red fox. And we can't not proceed. With a huff, Scorchlight accepts that this hunt has failed. The massive maned wolf, despite every appearance, hunts nearly identical prey to BiteClan. Still, they're not one to give up on an opportunity to learn and sit and watch the wolf pounce for mice in case there might be tips to pick up. Okay, I was a lot more concerned that was going to be something to attack us. Even so, Brightstar hears a hiss of pain and approaches. The learner draws himself up, but doing so causes him to let out another hiss. Brightstar offers to bring them to camp when they agree. And Pear has joined the clan. So Pear has a claw wound, luckily not a bite wound. And Pear is not harboring a secret bite wound, so Pear is good. We'll just give her a random extra name. This is what she will look like healthy. Okay. We're, dare I say, looking a little bit better now. So, I also sent Grasspaw out by themselves on the hunt just to try and, you know, recoup some things. Grasspaw actually got the same exact prompt, but a little bit differently. Heart filled with daring, Grasspaw slips off the rock and pads towards the monster in the grass, sure that Clangen will reward their bravery. They sneak closer and closer until a puzzle woof of air makes them look up. And up, and up. That is no fox. They pelt for home as behind them a confused maned wolf watches them go. That is just such an apprentice thing to do, though. After many moons of tensions between HushClan and BiteClan, a formal war is declared. So that's not exactly what we need right now. We can just say that zombie activity is really ramping up these past couple of moons. And we are going to check out our other cats. Brightstar's feeling happy despite everything. Probably just because his family is healthy. Scorchlight is wanting to get to know Brightstar better. They've actually developed quite a lot of feelings for one another. Bearcall is happy to be a medicine cat, which is good. Don't really have much other choice. And we do now have Rosemary, so we can potentially harbor a clanmate that gets, you know, actually infected. Thank you, Bearcall, for finally finding Rosemary. Pear Echo is prancing with their tail up high, ready for anything. They are bold and very clever. Grasspaw is something big and scary today. Probably just like one of those berserker zombies, maybe. Oh, they've also developed a careful listener trait. Okay. I'm actually not sure what causes cats with one trait to go up to 2. I don't know if it's like some experience or, you know, like going out by themselves or just encountering something specific, but that's pretty cool. Flamekit wants to taste a toad. Fleekit is chasing their tail. Ravenkit wants some cat to play with them. We gather some blackberry with Bearcall. Brightstar sees a badger and manages to get the best possible outcome, which is warning everybody about the impending dangers. And Scorchlight has a successful hunt this go. We're not saying Grasspaw out because we failed 2 hunting missions, but that's not a bad go. Murmurings of peace between BiteClan and HushClan permeated the last gathering. So more likely than not, it was probably just us seeing a bit fewer zombies, so we're wondering if the dangers pass. Brightstar is playing Moss Ball with Flamekit. Scorchlight is encouraging the older cats to pass on all their skills and techniques to their kits again. Bearcall's looking for herbs. Grasspaw is rolling around in the sunlight. Flamekit is hiding from other cats. Fleekit is playing by himself. Ravenkit is also playing Moss Ball Flamekit. And they will be apprentices next moon. We managed to gather some mallow. Scorchlight catches some prey, and the other 2 managed to fend off a small zombie horde together. Flamepaw has reached the age of 6 moons and has been made an apprentice. Brightstar calls a meeting. They've been watching Fleekit for a while now and have decided to mentor them personally. Fleepaw's eyes shine with pride. Ravenpaw touches noses with Scorchlight, wondering whether this is truly the right path for them. Heightened battle training has left Grasspaw sore and tired. I think that's appropriate for anything, though. Pear Echo's claw wound has healed. HushClan has taken some of BiteClan's territory, so I guess we're having less territory to patrol, luckily, but also less territory to find prey on. Heightened battle training has left Grasspaw sore and tired. Check out our new apprentices. So Flamepaw is feeling disappointed after a miscatch. He is charismatic and quick to help. Flamepaw is playing a prank on Pear Echo. He turned out to be wise and a lover of stories. Ravenpaw is grateful to Bearcall for their treatment. She is lonesome, never sits still, and confident with words. Okay, we are now half warriors and half apprentices. Brightstar is still playing a prank on Perico. Scorchlight is assigning cats to the hunting patrol. Bearcall is thinking about taking on a new apprentice. I guess nothing was pressing enough for the new kids to become a medicine cat apprentice, so. Perico is wondering what the inside of Two Lake Den looks like. I do find it interesting that Brightstar ended up with 2 apprentices, Scorchlight ended up with 2 apprentices before Perico even got one. Not really sure what that's about, but we will send out our patrols anyway. Bearcall gathers some Elaine, which is a good all-arounder. Feels kind of cheaty to take multiple apprentices out, but I didn't really think about that before, so I guess we'll do it anyway. We notice a Missile Clan patrol renewing scent marks ahead, and we have a good interaction with them. Scorchlight manages to get a gopher out of a burrow. Luckily it wasn't a wolverine. I'm actually going to randomize Perico because I also want to give us a chance to see some of the Halloween interactions we haven't really seen yet. So Perico also got that interaction with the main wolf, but their interaction was instead that a jolt of fear gives him strength, and Perico is most of the way home before it occurs to them that the huge main creature might not have been a red fox after all. Okay. Brightstar stands above the clan and proclaims that Grasspaw shall now be known as Grass Haze, honoring their skill. Grass Haze's soreness is abated, and a truce is called with the war between the clans ending. So it looks like the numbers of zombies has appropriately decreased here. Brightstar can't wait to take a nap later. He is probably eager for a good rest. So Gracie is, despite everything, actually graduated early. She's still shameless, but with helpful insight and a connection to Star Clan, and is currently thinking about their old clanmates. Mentored by Brightstar, who influenced them to be more likely to bicker with others and use teeth and claws over words. They were honored for their skill and they graduated 11 moons old. Flamepaw wants to be noticed by their dad. Aw. Fleetpaw is proud of their brother's progress. I think Flamepaw really does have a lot of main character energy. Probably just a lot of strong personalities butting heads with dad, and it's kind of getting a bit more neutral now. A bit more even, which Fleetpaw is proud of. For Flamepaw. Bearcall is not very successful. Scorchlight takes the 2 apprentices out on a hunt, but after a while Flamepaw is nowhere to be seen. After making some good catches, Scorchlight picks up on Flamepaw's scent. Whiskers switching with mischief, Scorchlight decides to give Flamepaw a good scare and drops him to a sneaking crouch. Scorchlight creeps closer and closer until Flamepaw is in range, but suddenly Flamepaw turns around with a startled hiss. Both Flamepaw and Scorchpaw jump with fright, fur puffed out, and claws ready. It takes a moment, but both cats have a good laugh at the scare they gave each other, and promise not to tell any cat about how easily startled they were. That's just such a cute interaction. Brightstar and Fleetpaw find an injured cat by the Thunder Path. We attempt to carry them back to camp, but they pass on the way. We stop to bury the cat before continuing home. Pair Echo manages to chase off some zombie intruders. And I'll send Grass Haze out randomly, because again I kind of want to try and get some training things. Grass Haze heads out to the grasslands alone, wanting to explore and have some time alone. Grass Haze heads off to map out a thick field of tall grass they've always found confusing. Hunting, fighting, driving off predators, it all requires knowledge of the home turf, and it's always worth making sure their mental map is up to date. Very irresponsible. Flamepaw wasn't looking where they were going and tripped over a small trunk, gaining a few bruises. Grass Haze got a stomach ache. We definitely could have had a much worse outcomes than that. Perico asks Bearcall to compare the size and sharpness of their claws together. Brightstar is in the medicine den, probably just checking in on the status of everything. Medicine den is actually looking pretty well stocked. Bearcall alone can care for up to 29 clan mates. We have quite a bit of everything, including rosemary. Flamepaw is at the medicine cat den after a small injury. This is very true with the bruising. Fleetpaw won't stop asking why. Ravenpaw is hoping that Scorchlight notices how well their training is going. I feel like Ravenpaw really wants to emulate Scorchlight a lot, especially just with the similarities between the two. So that's probably especially true. So Scorchlight is taking the apprentices out hunting per usual. We're checking the border lines when we hear an odd sound nearby. I'm concerned, but we'll proceed. Ravenpaw takes the lead and comes face to face with an angry fox. The fox still manages to take a bite out of them before the rest of the patrol can back them up. Ravenpaw ended up with a torn pelt. And just a torn pelt, so no actual bite wound. That was probably just a zombie scratch there, really. Oh, okay, here's one of the Halloween updates. The patrol is on edge after something two legs in the area. Brightstar is taking point, cautiously keeping watch for any two legs that may be on the hunt for cats. There are scents everywhere, even as the cats carefully remark the area. What's that smell? It's almost like pumpkin, but strange. As Brightstar creeps closer to get a better look, a sudden crashing and loud chattering fills the air. Brightstar freezes as the pack of two legs stumbles through the trees. The cats quickly scatter, leaving behind whatever that weird thing was in the grass. So the cats found some candy, probably while people were trick-or-treating. Grass Haze has a successful patrol, while Perico finds a kit. We rush the kit back to camp, where they're nursed back to health. Sneeze Kit. So Sneeze Kit is snuggled safe in the nursery. A young male who's polite and oddly insightful. We'll just double check, make sure Sneeze Kit is not harboring anything. Oh. So Sneeze Kit has a hidden bite. Oh boy. That'll be interesting. So they'll have 2 moon. I'll just mark that it's hidden as well. Flamepaw's bruises are gone. Ravenpaw's pelt is much better. And Grass Haze's stomachache is gone. Honestly, a hidden bite wound right now isn't necessarily the worst thing, because we do have what it requires to heal it. I feel like Sneeze Kit probably just doesn't even know what to say about that, being so young. And the cats probably just did not do a good enough spot check when they brought them in. Looks like Sneeze Kit's already very popular too. Brightstar called an important clan meeting recently. Paracall's thinking about taking on a new apprentice, is probably eyeing Sneeze Kit for that. Paraecho is engaging the apprentices in a very tall tale. Grass Haze is fishing for compliments on their fur. Flamepaw is winking playfully at other apprentices. Fleetpaw is feeling proud, probably just in their ability. Ravenpaw is pulling a prank on Fleetpaw. Sneeze Kit tries to sneak out of camp. Ooh, luckily that's not on time skip, Sneeze Kit. Get some marigold. Scorchlight's patrol strolls leisurely through the plains, enjoying the cool air. One cat raises their tails, signaling the others to be still. They scented ground squirrels. We make short work of locating them, spreading out and moving slowly in. The squirrels screech and scatter in different directions, but we cut off their escape, and in the end, their fresh kill. Okay, here's another Halloween one. On the outskirts of the territory, the patrol comes across a tall, motionless two-leg rooted in the middle of a field. Brightstar sneaks up behind the two-leg. With a mighty roar, Brightstar leaps onto its back, and their momentum sends the two-leg falling to the ground with a giant thump. So we encountered a scarecrow. Grass Haze is lured by the smell of food. They dart through quickly and keep running. Paraecho manages to defend the border from a small group of zombies. Almost immediately after Sneezepaw touches noses with Grass Haze, they start asking when they're going to go out and explore. Brightstar overdid their last sparring session and sprained a paw. Fleetpaw has gotten a running nose. Sneezepaw has gotten white cough. Sneezepaw was seen touching noses with someone from Sneeze Clan. Scandalous. Barring the strange name combinations there. I think Sneezepaw was probably just exploring the territory when They were seen being chased by a zombie and getting bitten on the tail. So poor Sneezepaw is now known to be infected. They're just gonna be, you know, coming in a little bit sooner than initially anticipated by the clan. And rather than going in for Warrior Apprentice, I am going to switch them over to Medicine Cat. Because I think Bear Call had their eye on Sneezepaw from the beginning. And I think this is probably going to be the first time that Brightstar may actually entertain keeping a sick cat in the clan besides himself. Now that we've got a few extra numbers. And if Sneezepaw is a new Medicine Cat apprentice, well, Bear Call's not getting much younger, and this could be a time to experiment and see if there is a good cure. I also do think it's very interesting that Grass Haze was given apprentice before Paraco was, despite the difference in experience there. I think there's some part of Brightstar that just doesn't trust Paraco for some reason. The apprentices are all playing pranks on one another, except Flamepaw, who's just disappointed in themselves. We get some time with Bear Call. We do still have Rosemary, so we're good there. While walking along the border, our patrol notices a patrol renewing their scent marks ahead. Unfortunately, it's a little tense and relations are worse. Fleapaw is sent out by themselves, and they also find the maned wolf. Slowly, so that the sun movement doesn't attract attention, Fleapaw lowers himself to the rock. There's something off about the situation here. It's not just a big red fox, it's impossibly big, with legs stretched and distorted until it could be more like a deer's. Could this be the rare, massive, but mostly harmless maned wolf the elders told Fleapaw stories of in the nursery? Paraco manages to really herd a group of zombies away rather than actually driving them away. Maybe they should add it to their list of accomplishments. Grass Haze also finds a maned wolf. I think there's just one in particular that really likes our territory. Swallowing instinctive terror, Grass Haze instead crouches to the rock and takes the time to assess it. Massive body, huge ruff of fur, legs towering daintily above the grass. It's ironically is less dangerous than its smaller fox counterpart. Scorchlight was bitten by a snake and miraculously survived. That is, however, counted towards infection. Sneezepaw no longer has white cough. Paraco is seen touching noses with a loner scandalous. So Paraco is probably just out on patrol, herding zombies like they normally are, and one got a lucky bite. So, very, very interesting. Okay. We are very close to the end of everything. We don't have any problems about not having enough medicine cats, so... And we still have Rosemary. So Sneezepaw actually overcomes their sickness and is now immune. So Scorch Flight, because they have a snake bite, that is still a bite, they are totally up to fate and whether or not they get a scar now. So it's all in the hands of Bear Call, really. Paraco, however, we will manually keep track of. And she has 2 moons. Flamepaw is eavesdropping on Scorchlight, probably Scorchlight telling Brightstar about what happened. So I think Flamepaw definitely has an inkling about something serious going on. Fleapaw, meanwhile, is just happy that they're gonna train with Ravenpaw. Ravenpaw is feeling nervous. I think these two are probably trying to keep it hidden from the kits, but they can definitely sense that something is up. So now is going to be the big time, isn't it? Bear Call and Sneezepaw gather time in Goldenrod. Since Scorchlight is sick, all the apprentices are going out alone this go. Ravenpaw actually does well, getting a squirrel. Fleapaw also gathers some carcasses. Grass Haze finds a healing loner, but after hearing more about us, they decline from joining. Paraco sends off a dog. Flamepaw is staying behind this go. since we did not complete a hunting patrol last time, but we made up with it with 2 this go. BiteClan welcomes Fleet Arch as a new warrior, honoring their insight. Brightstar can walk and move without pain. Their sprain must have healed. Fleetpaw's running nose has finally stopped running. The Hush Clan Messin Cat comes asking if we have any burdock to spare. We barely have enough and we refuse, though. Okay, let's check out Fleet Arch here. So Fleet Arch maintained their composure. They are wise and a great storyteller. They are more likely to resort to violence, be cold towards others, and make their own rules under Brightstar's influence. That didn't really come through very prominently, but I think Fleet Arch is the quieter of the siblings in some ways. Grass Haze is sparring right now. Flamepaw is adventurous and quick to help now that they've grown to 12 moons. They are currently sneaking off to Two Lake Place to explore. Ravenpaw is wondering how Brightstar is doing. Lonesome never sits still and confident with words. Okay, so Bear Call is startled by weird sounds and whispers on the wind. Sure, it's a sign of Star Clan, we follow the faint wailing. Instead, they find a queen who lost her life in a harsh kidding. Newborn kits cling to a body that will never move again. Bear Call instantly wraps himself around the kits and orders Sneezepaw back to camp to find help. Hollyberry's ghost now wonders. Wet Kit and Frost Kit have joined the clan. Let's take a look at those 2. So Hollyberry is here. Looks like their kits are pretty much mini thems. We've got Wet Kit, snuggled safe in the nursery now, a newborn female with green-yellow eyes and a rosette pelt. And then Frost Kit, a newborn male with green-yellow eyes and a marble pelt. Those are definitely welcome additions to the clan. Ravenpaw is not successful in the hunt this go. Flamepaw has a good time despite some 2-leg interruptions. Probably monitoring what's going on with the zombie cats. Brightstar toys with other zombies, ripping out chunks of flesh as they drive them into the distance. So we've got at least 1 of each. We'll try and go for 2 though. And Paraco also drives away some zombies. Fleet Arch does not have a good time, however. Okay, that's fine. Scorchlight can hardly believe how quickly time has passed since Flamepaw was a kit. So it feels like just yesterday they were tumbling around the nursery, chasing after a mossball or some other cat's tail. Misty-eyed with pride and joy, Scorchlight throws her head back and tries to cheer loudest as Flamepaw is named Flame Purr and honored for their versatility. Scorchlight sits in the crowd, chest puffed out in pride as they watch Ravenpaw be named Raven Speckle and honored for their integrity. They consider themselves lucky to have been able to train such an amazing young cat. Look forward to seeing the warrior Raven Speckle becomes. The Snakebite Scorchlight got is healed, and Wet Kit has gotten Yellow Cough. So I feel like what probably happened is before everything resolved one way or another, Brightstar made sure to have the kids warrior ceremonies, so Scorchlight could see them becoming warriors, which is why she was the one that got all of the interactions with them. And then, luckily, she did manage to recover without a hitch there. And then Paraco is saved by Bear Call and the Rosemary, so we've got a couple more immune cats. Brightstar is wondering how the kits are doing. Scorchlight was making note of Flamepaw's journey as an apprentice. Flamepaw really did have main character energy this entire time. So Flamepurr did manage to become adventurous and a great teacher. They're more likely to avoid a fight, be resilient, and refrain from socializing under Scorchlight's influence. Scorchlight did help them become a better teacher. Raven Speckle was influenced to be more likely to start a fight, bicker with others, and bend rules. They helped them become better arguing and running. When they graduated, they were honored for their integrity, graduating at 13 moons old. So, Okay, lonesome, incredible runner, and good speaker. Both of those are pretty good traits for either border or hunting patrols too. So Wet Kit grew to be bullying and quick to help. This is Wet Kit, a bit more grown up. Real cute little cat. Then here's Frost Kit, who is troublesome and never sits still. Alright, we basically just have to survive this moon until we're at 2 years, so. Bear Call and Sneezepaw once again hear weird sounds and whispers, but this time there are no survivors to bring back. Scorchflight has a very cold hunt out in the snow, but when they manage to come back into camp, there's mice to be added to the fresh kill pile. Bright Star manages to intimidate some infected cats away from the camp before they could possibly harm his clan. Ooh, Paraco is marking the border lines when a bunch of zombies burst from the grass. It's an ambush. They greatly outnumber Paraco and have no trouble killing the lone cat. Their body is discovered the next day, covered in wounds and cold. Poor Paraco. Grass Haze is following a trail when a blow comes out of nowhere. Hauling themselves to their feet, spitting with outrage. This enemy that did it has already turned and run. Grass Haze got a mangled tail. Luckily not an actual bite, though. Raven Speckle finds an abandoned kit whose parents are nowhere to be found. The kit is taken back to camp and nursed to health. Fuzzy Kit has joined the clan. Let's check out Fuzzy Kit. Fuzzy Kit is snuggled safe in the nursery, sweet and an avid play fighter. Let's see here. Fuzzy Kit is not harboring any bite wounds or anything. The others have pretty good hunts, so we should be all set there. Past Moon, Paraco has taken their place in Star Clan. Moments of their life are shared, and their loss is mourned. Fuzzy Kit falls into river, but is saved by Sneezepaw. Okay. Our clan has successfully made it 2 years in this really harsh environment. We did not develop a lot of immunity, but we were pushed to the brink of extinction, basically, and somehow managed to rebound. So, hopefully that was still an interesting one. I did not get nearly as many of the Halloween events as I wanted to get to showcase those to you all. Furthermore, I don't know that was the most interesting run, just because so much of it was teetering on the edge of the brink, you know? So, if you want me to try this again, see how things go, I'm totally down to. We may not be able to showcase the Halloween events at that point. If you want me to continue BiteClan's story until we either are completely wiped out or have immune cats all around, then I may try streaming that over on Twitch. If you're interested in seeing that, let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to give me a follow over on Twitch. Because then you'll know when I'm going live. I'm looking to try and get 50 followers over there. That would be really cool. If you want the details of this challenge written out probably a bit more coherently than I said, I'm going to be putting this challenge over in my Discord. So if you want to join that Discord, the links to do so are going to be in the description as well. So, without any further ado, I do hope you all enjoyed your Halloween. Sorry that this is so late. Till next time though, stay safe and happy. I'll see you then, and bye!